Well, tonight we are learning more about the future home of the Buffalo Bills, with several design and stadium details now being confirmed by the team. Good evening, I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. The new tidbits were shared during a radio interview on WGR Sports Radio 55 today. And Channel 2's Rob Hackford has the highlights with a pretty important deadline that's also coming up, Rob.
Exactly, Scott and Mary Ellis. The deadline to sign and finalize most of the documents for the new stadium deal is September 1st. So today on WGR, Pagula Sports and Entertainment Executive Vice President Ron Raccuia gave an update on that process, negotiations, but also had this to say.
We're very, very close to showing what the stadium's going to look like from the outside and from the inside.
Speaking on WGR Sports Radio 550 Monday, PSC Executive Vice President Ron Raccuia said renderings of what the future home of the Bills will look like, both inside and out, are being finalized. We know the stadium is being built across from the current one on the ECC side of Abbott Road, but as for other specifics like what percentage of seats will be covered by a canopy and the stadium's total capacity, Raccuia said,
I wouldn't say finalized, but we're circling around all of those things right now.
It was an interview of inches where some topics did not get answers, but others about tailgating did.
You know, there'll be more medians and maybe some grassy areas that people can experience differently rather than just a sea of asphalt.
Raccuia also offered new info about the flow of people heading into the stadium.
Creating buffers so that the security zone is 20, 30, 40, 50 feet away from where you take the tickets alleviates some of the congestion.
Okay. As for traffic, he added that early results of their study showed that getting in and out will also be easier and more efficient than the current one. He also reaffirmed info about the design.
This stadium is going to be very steep. Stacked is the word that you're going to hear us say. The fans are actually going to be closer in the new stadium to the field than they are at Highmark.
A setup that will provide better views and tremendous noise for what Raccuia said would be, quote, unbelievable home field advantage second to none in the NFL. He even went as far as to say he believes the first few rows of the upper deck might be the best viewing experience in the stadium. Speaking of tickets, he did say personal seat license information would come
late spring, early summer of 2023.
As for the timeline, which he acknowledged is fast approaching, but the date of September 1st could be altered if negotiations aren't complete.
I wouldn't say there's a hiccup. I wouldn't say Bills fans should be freaking out. But we have a lot of work to do. We just have to get in a room and get it figured out.
Well, another two things that caught my attention were that Raccuia said the team received 14,000 responses from their fan survey to look into what the stadium might look like. And when fans are able to buy tickets for this new stadium, before making a purchase, you'll be able to view your seating position in virtual reality, which will hopefully eliminate that age-old question, I wonder if my seats are any good. In the studio, Rob Hackford, Channel 2 News.